go.
Hey, what do I always say? Tragedy, controversy, scandal, mayhem. Oh yeah, your boy Ego is coming with the drama. Edgar Berlanga's team, they have officially jumped out the window and they have shocking allegations regarding Hamzah Sheeraz and his raps, the raps that were used to knock Berlanga out in the 5th round. I've already made a breakdown about the fight. So in this video, I'm going to unpack everything and let you know what on earth is going on, what really happened. Scandal. It's about to go down, man. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. So Edgar Berlanga, his wifey, has officially jumped out the window. Now, let me explain this to you guys, to you good people. Initially, a lot of people sent me this, like, clips and the conversation, and they wanted your boy Ego to talk about it. I want to, first of all, thank you guys for even considering me, that you want my opinion on different things. But I'm gonna tell you how it works. With certain subjects like this, I don't like to just jump in, because the conversation is a nasty one. Now, I'm not naive in terms of boxing. I know all types of foul go on and these types of things, but this is some serious matter, right? This is a serious matter with some very serious implications. So I like to tread lightly to gather my facts. I'm not going to just make a video half-cocked. That's not what I do. There's a lot of low quality content in the space of boxing. People rushing, doing like 4-minute videos, not really packed with information, really just a clickbait to get you. I've been in the game so long, I respect the game. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to just clickbait you. I don't have to trick you to get you to want to watch a Boxing Ego video. So I like to tread lightly, see what unfolds. Now, the reason I am doing this video is, one, I want to, and it's my channel, but two, you have Berlanga and his own wife, she's pretty much agreeing, and I will show you. So, but you gotta smash the like button and you gotta stay tuned to the end of the video or you'll miss it, right? But now it becomes a different issue. Before it was like speculation, other content creators were giving their side of the story. I haven't watched any of those videos, but now it graduates to the point where Boxing Ego has to cover it, because you have somebody, a party to Berlanga, who's publicly pretty much co-signing this, and the allegations aren't just coming from, you know, just content creators. Now you have Team Berlanga, who pretty much is in agreement. The other thing is, there's a content creator who did a video about this, about the raps, and I seen Berlanga like the video. So to me, that's kind of a cosign. Now your boy Ego, I gotta get involved, because pretty much it sounds like Berlanga's side is okay with this, because you got to think, if Berlanga wasn't okay with this and was like, that's cap, I lost fair and square, they would probably hush the people doing it. They would, like, you've seen the content because you're liking it and you're reposting it and stuff like that. So if Team Berlanga want, they could like dead it and be like, nah, come on, don't do that. Hamzah Sheeraz beat me fair and square. I just got caught. But they're not doing that, which means at the very least, they're okay with this and the conversation being had. That's the only way for me to interpret it. So I will take you guys through it, who said what, and get it cracking. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear, because I am a content creator, a journalist, a boxing reporter. The following is directly from the source. If you want my opinion, stay tuned to the end of the video. This next portion of this video is what was publicized from Team Berlanga. Again, I have to put out these disclaimers because people, they start misconstruing and saying, oh, Ego, you said this. And I want it to be a distinction. What's my personal thoughts versus anything else? So this is where we begin now. So as I mentioned earlier, there's content creators who are making out content and they believe that the wraps, the hand wraps used by Edgar, Berlanga's opponent, Hamzah Sheeraz, are indeed suspicious and look suspect, right? You have the video and it says, how are these hand wraps suspicious, right? His girl posted this. So that's the first thing. And it says, the Shade Room, Edgar Berlanga, and a whole bunch of people tagged them. And it says, that cheater. And this is what they put on their story. So listen, I'm not a psychologist. I don't want to get too deep into it, but a lot of times it will be assumed if you're posting stuff like this on your personal page, when you're a celebrity or brand, that you're kind of endorsing it, right? That you kind of believe it. Let's not beat around the bush. I hate when y'all, oh man, she didn't mean it like that. Oh, it did. And you guys try to cop please and make excuses. Your husband just lost, got destroyed by Berlanga. I mean, by Hamzah Sheeraz. And now you're putting this on your story. This, to me, it looks like an endorsement. Let's move on. Then this girl posted this. We looking real Antonio Margarito-ish with this one. Yellow stains. Cast like wrap something. It doesn't add up. There was clear yellow discoloration on that left hand wrap. It looked thick, almost like a cast. And I've now seen pictures from a previous fight, exact same thing, right? So they have this piss colored stain on Hamzah Sheeraz's wraps, and they're saying that looks mighty suspicious, similar to Margarito, where they put plaster of Paris and it hardens up, so it bricks out your glove. And keep in mind, here's the thing, Margarito probably already hit pretty hard, but then when you up the ante by doing the PED, where it doesn't increase your strength, but if you're already hitting hard and you have unlimited endurance, then that would be obviously problematic, because you have more opportunities to like recover and aim that power at somebody. But if you're already a hard hitter, like let's say Better Beef, he already hits hard. If he tampers with and he's doing something unnatural, then it's just going to intensify it. You know, just like brass knuckles. If somebody already hits hard and then they're wearing brass knuckles, I mean, it's going to amplify that. It's kind of common sense. Now, again, this is not my opinion. This is what they are posting. Let's continue. Then she posted this. Question, can resin epoxy be used in hand wraps? Yes, but it is illegal and dangerous. How would it work? Applied inside or between gauze layers, it hardens during the fight. Why is it dangerous? turns a punch into a weapon like a fist with brass knuckles, which is ironic because I haven't even read this, and because I'm saving it, my videos are freestyle, and they said brass knuckles. Is it detectable? Sometimes hard to detect without chemical test unless wraps are prepped. Blah, blah, blah. So this is what Edgar Berlanga's girl is putting on her story. So I gotta believe that she's under the impression that this is somehow true. Then she posted this. He did the same thing with this guy, and it's Ammo Williams. Why is he only doing damage on one side of the face with the left hand, but not with the other? So let's look at the picture in detail. So everybody on the internet playing detective now, and this is Ammo Williams after the Hamzah Sheeraz fight, and they're saying that it's considerable more damage on one side of the face than the other, and they're saying that Berlanga was the same way. All right. Then Berlanga's girl posted this, and Reddit says, it's a Reddit page, Hamzah Sheeraz broke his hand early in WBC title fight against Carlos Adames. And then the caption reads, let's not forget this man just broke his hand 5 months ago, which was his left hand. So they're questioning, like, all right, you just broke your hand in your last fight with Carlos Adames. You're moving up in weight, and now your hand is significantly super powerful and like definitely healed. So this is the speculation, and this is what they're saying. Also, from what I've seen, people are saying he never took off his hand wraps after the fight, which usually they cut off your wraps. Whether you win or lose, you gotta, deglove, and then next they take off your wraps, and the commission usually takes it, right? So these are the questions from Team Berlanga. Again, for me, I gotta make the video now because now Team Berlanga has jumped on board. Before, when it was just other people saying it, that's one thing. But when you have the actual candidate that got knocked out, which is Edgar Berlanga, and even though it's not him, I already told you, he liked a video that was content. And the video was suggesting all the same stuff, and they used even some of the same talking points on these stories, and Berlanga liked it. And now his girl's on this like tirade saying that, hey, this looked like something awry. Hey, yo, hold up, watch, this is the best part. Now, I made this for you guys. You see, I circled in red. He's walking backstage, and he has one wrap on, right? His left hand that did most of the damage on Berlanga's face, he has one wrap on. You see right there, as he daps this dude up, right there, watch. He goes up, walks up, bow. So I just proved that for whatever reason, he has one wrap left on, and it's the left wrap, and that is what's been called into question. Now, I'll be real. I told you guys at the beginning of this video, initially when this came across the desk, I didn't really pay it no mind. This wasn't like something that I thought of. I was just like, oh, Hamzah Sheeraz beat him, and I made my content. But so many of you guys reached out to me and asked me to make a video about it. So I had to get in the Ego Forensic Files bag and take a look at what everybody was sending me. And you see, for whatever reason, he knocked out Berlanga, and he has one wrap on, and I don't know why the commission doesn't have the wrap. That is a bit, it looks weird with people saying this quote unquote conspiracy theory. I will admit that part looks weird. The other major issue that I've seen a lot of people have is they feel that this wrap looks like tarnished. It looks dingy. It looks peed on. You see like whatever this discoloration is, right? And when we're talking about Margarito and plaster of Paris, you're putting a chemical, like you're putting something on, and then when you sweat and in the water, it activates it and it forms like a cast. So people are wondering what's up with this discoloration on the glove. Now, I don't know. It does look worn and does look weathered for a 5-round fight. Like, why are you celebrating and you should be fully out your gloves, out your wraps, and, you know, going to your after party or whatever. So that does look weird. Now, surprisingly, something that I noticed that nobody else I've seen really talk about was not even, everyone's focused on after the fight and the glove and how the glove looked. Now, the part nobody's really talking about, but your boy Ego, is what happened before the fight. And it's surprising. I don't know if people forgot or whatever, but your boy Ego got a memory like an elephant. I don't forget. And Turkey said this: I will be very upset if Berlanga and Zepeda knock out Sheeraz and Shakur. We have big plans for Sheeraz and Shakur, and this result would be a complete disaster. So I told you then what I'm saying now about Turkey putting this out. Now there's a whole conspiracy about, did Sheeraz have loaded wraps or whatever. This does look extremely bad, which I told you before the fight even happened, that it looks weird when a person like Turkey, the front man, is putting his bid in on what he wants to happen and kind of intervening, because he already got in Hamzah Sheeraz's corner in the Adamas fight. Mind you, Turkey said after Sheeraz won, what a performance by Hamzah Sheeraz in New York with thousands against him. England and Pakistan should be proud of Hamzah Sheeraz. Hamzah now deserves a fight with Canelo in 2026. So this is coming from Turkey himself. He's saying that he literally said he will be a champion, inshallah, right? So this whole thing looks bad. I gotta admit, I'm very fair on my channel. This is all, let's be clear, all circumstantial evidence, all of it, right? The yellow tinge, like we're talking about in the court of law. It does look suspicious though, right? It's all circumstantial, but it does look suspicious. Now we can't condemn, like me, I'm just gonna sit and wait this one out, see if anything happens. But I don't know. It looks suspicious, but at this point, what do you do after the fact and how do you prove it? That's what remains to be seen. So I'm just making the video based on what's out and my opinion. My final opinion is this. I told you guys to stay to the end of this video. Is I really blame all parties. Here's why. For Berlanga knew that Hamzah Sheeraz was Turkey's boy. And I'm not saying if he was cheated, then that means inherently you deserve to be cheated. I'm not saying that. But Berlanga knew. He knew that was Turkey's boy. He even said that Hamzah Sheeraz, Turkey has a plan for you, and I'm going to upset those plans for you. And I'm your Canelo, but he wants to match you with Canelo. So that means for a fact that Berlanga knew the deck was stacked against him. It was a hometown fight, but if something, you never know the lengths people will go through to win. But we do know for a fact that the deck was being stacked against you, just like Shakur with the Tom and Jerry fight. And I talked about it. Gervonta Davis talked about it. You have all these fighters who are really B, C, D, and Z sides that can't really sell on their own. And they're taking the money route with Turkey and being like, yo, the grass is greener, but then this is the politics that you got to deal with. Now you get smoked. You get smoked, smoking on top 5, smoking on that guy, right? You get smoked by Turkey's boy and Ring and Riyadh ambassador, and then now you're reduced to, did something happen amiss, something awry? And now I don't even know if you can prove it. So these fighters got to smarten up. All that's glitters is not gold. You know what I'm saying? So if you taking the money route, and then who knows the length that people will go through to ensure what they want to happen. Turkey is very adamant sounding that Hamzah Sheeraz was likely to get a Canelo fight. So, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't want for Sheeraz to lose. We'll just leave it at that. For legal reasons, he didn't want him to lose, though, right? Now, for Turkey, let's say none of this stuff is true. All the rap stuff is pure speculation. It just looks like a conspiracy theory, but it's not true, right? The reason I still blame that side, that's why I said I'm blaming both sides, is because Turkey he doesn't play by anybody else's rules, and he doesn't do things politically correct. So he makes controversial statements in saying that, oh man, before the fight, no Tom and Jerry fight, and I'll be upset if this outcome happens. Now, when people are coming up with controversial conspiracy theories, it does look bad, and it only feeds and fuels those conspiracy theories because you went out there and put that. You put, oh, I'll be upset if Sheeraz loses. You went to Sheeraz's corner for the Adames fight. So I can't really blame people for actually speculating that something in a sport like boxing, which is corrupt and dirty, like this could happen, when you make it so painstakingly obvious that you have a horse in the race and you have plans for him. Berlanga knew this, though. That's why I'm blaming him too, because he was doing the face-off with Sheeraz and it's like, you looking past me, you know, Turkey has plans for you and he gonna be upset. And then now his wife and team and him, you know, sound like they believe they got cheated, right? And then now it becomes harder because you went through with it. The damage is done. You already got smoked. Everybody made memes about it. Everybody talked about it. People shared it. And now, just kind of like the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury situation where Wilder felt he was cheated, it becomes exponentially harder to prove something after the fact. Like, where are those wraps? Wherever, if you think that the wraps are damaged and they didn't get collected or, you know, placed in the baggie or mishandled or thrown away or whatever, how can Berlanga prove what he's trying to prove without that, you know? And then it just so happens the money's with Turkey, the Hamzah Sheeraz side, because Turkey kind of favors Hamzah Sheeraz. So how do you get justice even if you feel you were wrong? So I'll leave it at that. I know I gave you guys a lot to think about. I don't know what happened. So I'm not condemning Hamzah Sheeraz saying absolutely he did this. I have to be very specific as an online content creator. It's a mess of a situation and it does hamper and hurt the event in any way because it's like it's a conspiracy theory where it starts to snowball and develop legs because elements of it definitely look bad. If you say this don't look bad and circumstantially you don't understand why people would have, you know, a cause for concern, then you're either biased or lying or maybe protecting something. But the yellow stain, the fact that he didn't take off one wrap, the fact that Berlanga went, you know, this is circumstantial again. He went 12 rounds with Canelo, who hits hard, and then in round 4 and 5, he getting demolished by Hamzah Sheeraz, his first fight at welterweight, or excuse me, super middleweight, right? All these things considered, they don't look the best when we're talking about a circumstantial case. However, a circumstantial case also often doesn't usually hold up in court. Boom, we unpacked. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click